Hey y'all, welcome to the Fill-In Station. It's a new day, another opportunity to either make money in this market or to just learn from the market. But first, y'all, let me give my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. But if you could please like, share, subscribe, y'all, because I say it often, we learn and we grow together. With that being said, let's get started. So we are looking at AMD, and as you see, we closed at 202.68. We've come up to a 204.80. Y'all see, we kind of knew that could be a trouble place for us, right? Only to come back down to this area of around the 201.54, but for some reason, I'm going to mark this level. Why? Because price is gathered. Something stopped us here. And once we look over to the left, we see that it was this area. Price stopped and gathered in this area here. So it could be a support area for us again, as it has proven here. So 201.09 could be an area of support, or is an area of support. Now, so let's look and see where the trouble places are back to the upside. And I'm going to give my disclaimer. Y'all may hear my cocoa in the background. Just a little disclaimer, right? So if we break above, let's say we get back above the 204.80, we could still have trouble again at the 206.20 and breaking that level 207.67, breaking that 208.36. Should we break the 208.36, 209.74, breaking that 209.74, y'all see there's a few layers of resistance. 211.01, 211.50, 211.96. So those are a few layers of resistance. So it looks like it's a lot of trouble to the upside for AMD, but I say it often, right? Anything is possible. So let's look back to the downside. Say we break under this level we just created here, 201.09. Should we break that, the next level is really close to that ATR trail and stop around the $200.30. And I have the $200.48. Again, not very far away. However, breaking that for AMD, we could very well come back to 199.67. Again, here at 199.07 and breaking that level, 197.53. Breaking that 197.53, y'all see that 200 EMA is around the 197.29. So there's a few layers of support from this level of 197.53 all the way down to the next level, which is around 196.64. So there's 4 layers, 1, 2, 3, and 4 layers of support here. So should we break that, that puts us under this area here from yesterday, right? Let's see the date. Yes, the 9th. Yes, from yesterday, which we could very well continue declining down to the 194.29. So if you are trading AMD today, those are possible areas of support and resistance. I say it so often, y'all, not financial advice. Let's go look at Amazon today, if I can get that right. So we're going to mark Amazon because I don't have it charted as of right now. It's like immediately my eye goes to this area here. Why? Because price ran up to this level. Yes, only to come back and meet in this area here. Now back to the downside again, we met again in this area here. And after that, we came and we met again somewhere around this area here, right? We can say, I'm going to remove that because it could be in either way. And I'm going to remove this one just so I can show you that price gathered here. How many times is it going to touch this line, right? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5. So we're kind of like in that close area. And as you can see, that's where price is right now, right? So let's look to the trouble, to the upside for Amazon today. To get back up, we need to get back above that 215.50. Should we break that, possibly 216? And should we break the 216, 217 could be a resistance area for us. Now breaking that 217 looks like the next level is around 220.63. Keep in mind, we could very well get stopped out in this area here. So if you're trading Amazon today, I say it often, y'all, trade carefully to the upside, right? Now let's look to the downside. Let's say we break under our support area now, which is the 212.72. Price gathered in this area here, right? Should we break under that? We have the ATR trail and stop 20 EMA is a support area around the 212.29 area, so we definitely need to watch that. Now breaking that, we could very well come back to the 211.70, and breaking the 211.70 for Amazon today, let's say we can come back to around the 210.57. Breaking the 210.57, we could very well come back to 210.01, and breaking that level, I'm going to just marking some areas here. Around the 209.36, breaking that 209.36 today, 208.66, and should we break that, 207.92. So those are possible areas of support and resistance for Amazon. Again, y'all, not financial advice. So we are looking at Meta, and what's interesting is just immediately my eye just went to that line right there. It just came really close to a level that we have marked. It came high of this is 659. Let's see, I had the 659.07, very, very close, right? So Amazon closed, or Meta closed at 647.39, right? So where are the trouble places? It looks as if, as of now, 651.55 was a resistance area for us, right? So we'll need to get back above that. However, we could still have trouble 653.01, 654.04, 655.22, and back here again at the 657.64. Now breaking that 657.64, y'all see that 659 area. Looks like it had two lines, so possibly a strong resistance there, and it proved that here. So should we break this, the next level, 659.89 and 661.29. However, breaking that 661.29, the next level is around the 662.64. So if you're trading Meta to the upside today, those are possible areas of resistance. Now to the downside, we will need to get under this 20 EMA for those who use moving averages, or we can just mark it the 648.05, which is the level that I have marked here. Now breaking that level, 646.99, and should we break that, 645.83, breaking that level, 644.99, and should we break that, 643.20. And y'all see price gathered here, and that is our ATR trailing stop, and y'all see that there were already layers that we had marked there. So in my opinion, for Meta today, this could 643.19 may be a strong area of support, and it showed us here, right? So breaking that, the next level is not very far away, 642.60. However, breaking that, 641.47, and should we break that for Meta today, 640.42, and breaking that, 639.05. Yes, 639.05, and should we break that, 637.70, and breaking that, there's a few layers down to the 636.47. However, breaking that level, the next level is around 635.39, which puts us back kind of like in this little mix-up stuff here. So if you're trading Meta today, those are possible areas of support and resistance. And I say that often, y'all. There's so many different ways to trade the market, and what's challenging at times is trying to figure out the strategy that works best for you, and for you to have a plan before going into the trade, right? So we are now looking at NVDA. We closed at 182.65, and as you can see, support is right here at the 181.53 area. We marked that, right? We knew that we could possibly have trouble there. Now back to the upside, we can say resistance is right here. Let's say the 182.28. However, breaking that 182.28, the next level, 182.56, 182.71, there's a few layers up to that 183.05, breaking that for NVIDIA today, 183.30, 183.44, 183.74, and should we break that, 183.92. Now price stopped here at 184.18, which is really close to the 184.26. I just love to see this, right? So again, I say it often, it's important to mark our gathering spots, mark those levels, and then, you know, it's going to help us in the future, right? Look, charting tip 101. So breaking the 184.18 for NVIDIA today, possibly have trouble 184.48, and again 184.67. So if you're trading NVDA to the upside today, those are possible areas of resistance. Again, not financial advice, right? So back to the downside, let's say we break under 183.53, we could very well come back to 181.28. Again at 181.07, 180.78, and down here y'all see the ATR trail and stop. A level we have marked and the 20 EMA is around that 180.68 area. So this could be a strong area of support for NVIDIA. Again, not financial advice. However, breaking that, we could very well come back to 180.31, 180.12, 179.83, 179.74, and 179.51. Those are possible areas of support and resistance for NVIDIA today. Again, not financial advice. I say that often, right? So we are looking at the SPY. We closed at 678.27. We've made a pre-market high thus far of 681.50, only to come back down to an area we knew we could possibly have trouble, somewhere around that 675.14. Let's see, the low of this candle was 671.10. Very, very close, right? So where are the trouble places? This puts us under the 200 EMA on this 30-minute chart. Back to the upside, we will need to get back above, let's say the 676.68. We could possibly have trouble 677.60, 678, 678.47, 679.16, 679.95, 680.37, 681.35, and again at 682.12. So those are possible areas of resistance for the SPY. What's interesting is this candle that's forming here looks like a green hammer on this 30-minute chart. The candle has not closed yet, so that's important to watch. Wait on that candle, right? So under this 675.14, we could very well come back to 674.38, 673.95, 673.61. So from here to here, there's a few layers of support for the SPY. However, breaking that, we can come back to 673, down to 672.22, 671.86, 671.48, 671.23. So from here to here, there's a few layers of support for the SPY that we could very well get, find support down to this area right here, right? So should we break that for the SPY today, we could very well come back to 670.66 and again 669.85. Should we break the 669.85, let's see where we are, 669.85, which is here, we could very well come back to 669.45 and breaking that 669.01. Now, should we break that 669.01, 668.75 is somewhere around that area is a support, or could be a support area. Let me rephrase that, right? So I said often in this market, anything is possible, right? So if you're trading the SPY today, those are possible areas of support and resistance. Again, not financial advice, right? So we are looking at Tesla, and it seems like it's looking like the SPY, right? So we came up, got rejected, only to come back down to a support area, form a green hammer, and again, the candle has yet to close, right? So back to the upside for Tesla, we closed at 398.68. That's important, right? So that 401.32, 402.02, and then at 402.54, that could be a strong area of resistance for us. However, breaking that 403.68, breaking that level 404.80, if we break that 404.80, in my opinion, this is a strong area of resistance. My opinion, it was strong support. It's now strong resistance, right? So breaking that for Tesla, we could very well have trouble again, 406.57, 407.10, 407.89, 409.03, 410.01. So those are possible areas of resistance. Now, as you can see, price held in this area here. So breaking under, let's say all of this area here, definitely under the 397.16 or the 396.66 area, which is here. Breaking under that 396.66 area, we could very well come back to 395.43, breaking that 394.18, 393.24, 393.73. Those are possible areas of, let me see if I can make that a little bit visible, right? Yes. So breaking again under the 396.66, the next level 395.43, 394.96, 394.18, 393.24, 392.73, and breaking that for Tesla today, 391.97. Should we break that today for Tesla, the next level is around the 391.34, breaking that 390.42, and should we break that around a 389.67 area, I'm going to say it would not surprise me to see us back in this area. Why? Because anything is possible, right? Tesla does what Tesla does. So again, this is what I see when I look at the market, y'all. I say it often. There's so many different ways to trade the market and make money in this market. So what's challenging is trying to figure out the strategy that works best for you, and for you to have the discipline to execute your plan, making sure that you have a plan before going into the trade. So I hope that everyone have a very profitable and a very, very productive day today. If you could please like, share, subscribe. Y'all, I said often, we learn and we grow together. So until next time, be blessed as well as a blessing unto others.